Hey guys, what is going on? I got a very interesting set of videos I want to try to do for you guys. I got inspired to do this video by a YouTuber. I'm about to link and talk about his channel here in a moment. But I got inspired to talk about a situation that me and him actually have been talking about on YouTube and on Twitter. Just about the different lores of within the Jurassic Park movie franchise and stuff like that. So join with me. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'm going to try to do my best to transition it. I'm not a video editor. I don't have any video editing software. So I apologize if this is not as good quality as it could be. But yeah, we're going to talk about some Jurassic Park and the Jurassic Park series and all that here. So if you guys haven't yet, make sure you head over to Klayton Fioriti. I'm completely slaughtering his last name. I do apologize. He's been doing a lot of great videos about Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park lore and stuff like that. I have been subscribed to him since he's been around 14,000, just over 14,000 subscribers. I just want to show you guys how easy it is to support YouTubers. You literally go to this guy's channel. You go to YouTube. Click subscribe, and the best thing you guys can do for him is click that bell. That gives you the notifications of when a video goes live. You don't necessarily have to watch it right then and there, but at least you get the notification like, hey, a new video is out, and go to his channel and give that a watch. He does a lot of great Jurassic Park coverage. He covers a lot of great things that you may not realize about the series. So make sure you guys head over to his channels. Like I said, he's got a lot of videos that you could choose from, all about the Jurassic Park series, different things you may or may not have known, some cool things about the upcoming series, and all those great things. He talks about the book a lot as well. So if you're a fan like me who've read the books, you'll really enjoy his channel. But he basically inspired me to make this video. Me and him have discussed this in comments, the section of YouTube before, and on Twitter, but nothing to the extent that I would like to cover it on. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes, and if it's good quality and stuff like that. Again, it's gonna be nowhere near his level. All right, guys. So the reason why I'm making this video is just because we've talked about it before. Like I said, I've talked about it in the YouTube comment section before. This middle island right here. This is off the coast of Rica. I bought that island for animals preserve. Blah blah blah. The one that he was talking about, John Hammond was talking about in Jurassic Park 1. When he's talking to Alan Grant, trying to get him to come to the island. This is Isla Sorna. This is Jurassic Park. This is where Jurassic Park takes place, and it's obviously confirmed that this is where Jurassic World takes place. This is where I have a hard time following the series. According to the books and according to a slight line, he was not able to get these two islands and these two islands, John Hammond. So Engine only owns this island right here. The reason why I bring this up is because it causes a lot of confusion for me. We could kind of see the island map here in a second. I'm going to pull that up. We kind of see the island map. As you guys can see, this is more or less the best map picture that we could get of Jurassic Park. This is where they come in off the helicopter, where the dun 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 dun, dun, dun badass music comes in. This is where they take the jeeps. This is where they see. Over here is when they come across that river where they see the animals and the brachiosaurs look alike eating the trees and stuff like that. You don't see technically what's in here. I don't know what these guys are, but this is the main thing. So this is Jurassic Park 1. This is the gates where it goes in. It goes all the way around on this side. Comes through here. Basically, we don't see any of this. So these markers means that's what they own. It's just nothing's really there. This is where things get interesting when you compare it to the island of Jurassic Park, Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, and of course Jurassic World. We're going to pull Jurassic World up here in a second. Now, this is the closest thing I got to Jurassic World. Actually, this is the closest thing I got to Jurassic World that we could think of. Imagine this as if it's really a map, like if you're at Disney World or something like that. So this is where the lagoon's at. This is where all the huts were at. And the cages are over here. This is where the cages... This is the volcano that's supposedly supposed to come into effect in Jurassic World 2 or Lost Kingdom or whatever it is. So it's a little similar, but not quite to Jurassic Park and Lost World. This is like kind of the best description, but this is not necessarily the reasoning of the video, and I'll go into what I'm talking about here in a second. So this is the 5 island chains. You hear the reference to this island chains in Jurassic World when they come up on their boat, and the Portuguese driver, even though he's Portuguese, speaks, or he's from Costa Rica, he speaks Spanish, even though he wouldn't. Calls these islands the Cinco Muertes, which means the 5 deaths, or the islands of 5 deaths, depending how you translate it. Meaning, 2 things when they mean by it. Meaning, and if you watch the scene, he says Ian translates, says he doesn't, the boat driver doesn't want to get anywhere near the islands, meaning these. But that's not where the Lost World takes place. The Lost World takes place on Site B, which, as John Hammond describes in the movie 2, that's 86 miles east of these islands. That means it's way up, like off screen, off the map. You don't even see the map. It is. We know that he doesn't know these. He doesn't own these islands. He doesn't own these islands. So it's supposed to be a map, an island way up here that he owns. And we're going to jump into that here in a second. So this is where I think I have a couple theories behind it. A, the producers had no idea what they were doing, which is always could be true. Who knows? But B is that they weren't on the island that John Hammond said they were. They were on one of these islands. John Hammond's lying about the islands that he owns. My thought is he owns all these islands and doesn't want people to know that he owns it. So he's saying, oh yeah, you're over on this island, but in actuality you're on this island. The reason being, again, because when Nick Van Owen was talking to the skipper of that boat, he didn't want to come. He was right next to like one of the islands, and he's like, I don't want to go any further near the islands because they're called the 5 deaths, and they're actually called the Cinco Muertes. This is a real island chain, Los Cinco Muertes. It's a real island chain, but so yeah, the boat wouldn't have been anywhere near these islands because they're traveling to Site B, which was supposed to be way up here, which is supposed to be actually closer to Costa Rica than these islands. But I'm going to bring up that second map here in a second. So this is supposed to be where the Lost World, and technically, according to the movies, this is where the Lost World and Jurassic Park 3 take place. And it's not... don't know about that. And the reason is because this is where... there's a helicopter landing here. This is the Rex nest. This is the lab. This is where the trailers are at. According to this map, this is where the trailers were at, but the trailers were near a cliff. Here's a boat, all this stuff. So this potentially could be Site B, but there's no way that the Jurassic Park 3 took place on here. It's laid out completely different. There's no birdcage. There's no giant river that takes more than a day to get across. There's just none of that. So this potentially could be Site B. It just doesn't make that much sense comparatively to Jurassic Park 3. I personally think Jurassic Park 3, since it had what is fan theory that huge dinosaur that kills the T-Rex in 5 seconds, is the first original hybrid dinosaur. Again, this is out of the book. You know, it's not. So again, I don't think Jurassic Park 3 took place where it said it did. I think it took place on one of those islands. Again, I think it took place on one of these islands, and John Hammond doesn't want to say that he owns those islands. That's my thought on it. This is a crude explanation of what I think it is. I do apologize that it's not the greatest full explanation of it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys went over to Klayton's YouTube channel. Make sure you check it out. Yeah, I don't really narrate like this talking to myself. Yeah, so hopefully you guys dig it. Let me know your thoughts. And you guys have yourself a wonderful day.